up, gang? Hey man, I got a sad video to react to, but make sure you watch this video to the very end. I got a ton of gold nuggets. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. If you have not done so already, jump into the CLG community. You get a 7-day free trial. You get a free one-on-one call with me. You just send me a DM as soon as you jump in. We can do a one-on-one and I can help you specifically with what you got going on in your life in order to help you get to the next level. And without further ado, let's just jump right into this video.
Main WTF.
Hey, watch this, ready?
What?
Why you call my girl?
Oh!
Why you call my girl hoe?
Because she had a different boy over last night.
I was over last
No,
night.
you weren't.
Yes, I was.
You want to see the video?
I woke up when we went to go
you
get
want to
her.
see the videos of another guy over last night?
That was
You wanna see?
me.
Right now,
It's
the
not you.
videos, the
That's
proof.
why she picked up, right?
Yo, what is this?
I was
Oh
here when she was.
my
God,
god.
last night. I just got here. I just
Oh
got
my
here.
god.
Where, is that you? Is that you right there? Does that look like you?
Oh.
Rumi Gendo, I guess. Does that look like you?
Fuck, that's not
Does
you.
that look like you?
Oh,
Oh, pussy boy. Does that look like you?
That's not
don't
you.
think that's you.
Oh shit, you're
I
that
don't think
tan.
Oh my god,
That's
bro.
you.
It's a movie
Yeah,
at my
it's your
school.
hair. Yeah, bitch.
What? Yo, did you eat on that?
Yeah, I ate on that.
Man, I actually feel sorry for old boy, man. I'm gonna tell you the reason why I feel sorry for old boy, because I understand that the world that we live in, you know, a guy's traumas or the things that a guy goes through, or, you know, the difficulties that a man goes through in today's world, nobody cares, right? Girls don't care, other guys don't care. You see how they all got their camera phones out, they all laughing at old boy, they all clowning on old boy. Basically can't wait to give him the bad news. And it's crazy because if a girl was in that position, there would be a bunch of girls there to, you know, basically take her under their arm and basically say, no, it's okay, queen, you're a queen, you know, he's a piece of shit, this and this, whatever the case is. You know, girls, if the shoe was on the other foot, they always have a support group that's gonna look out for them, right? They always gonna have a support group that's gonna stand up for them. They always gonna have a support group that's gonna have their back. It's so crazy that even when girls make mistakes and people know that they're wrong, they're still gonna have a support group backing them. But the words are gonna be a little bit different. The words are gonna be like, what did he do to cause you to make this decision? What did he do to push you away into another man's arms? If, you know, she was cheating, she's still gonna have a support group. So when I just showed that previous video, when the girl tried to be a man and she realized how difficult it was, that it actually drove her clinically insane, or it drove her to a mental asylum, and it made her severely depressed. The thing that made her severely depressed is understanding that as a guy, you don't really have a lot of support. Like, on some real stuff, as a guy, you do not have a lot of support. If you want to be a fuckboy like myself, other guys are going to call you a fuckboy or a womanizer. Girls are going to call you this. Everybody's going to team up against you. If you want to be the good boy, you're going to have girls cheat on you, treat you less than, disrespect you, whatever the case is. And it's like, nobody's there to support you. Because think about it. If you were the good boy, think about it. If you're the opposite of me, right? I used to be the good boy, so I know this. If you were the opposite of me, and I'm not necessarily a bad boy, it's just, I'm just no longer gonna lie to myself. And I'm no longer going to, you know, go through life and act as if, you know, everything is peaches and cream. I'm not gonna play the politically correct game no more. If you want to call me bad for doing that, then so be it. But if anything, I just feel like I'm just honest with myself. But here's the thing. If you want to be the good boy and you do get cheated on, it is your fault. Think about that. If you want to be the good boy and your significant other doesn't care for you, doesn't respect you, doesn't love you, is talking to other guys behind your back, does not want to have sex with you even though you committed to her for a lifetime, meaning that you gave her marriage, and literally you're holding up your end of the bargain, but she doesn't want to hold up hers, and there is nothing that can force her to hold her end of the bargain up, which makes sense legally, right? You can't force a girl to have sex with her husband. But you got to understand, the whole system is designed to be against men. But if you let the women tell it, it is a patriarchy. All right. If you let the women tell the story, men have all the privileges in the world. If anything, men have more privileges than women. This is because privilege is blind to the ones who have it. For the ones who actually have privilege, it is blind to the ones that actually have it. So women actually go around life believing that men have all of these benefits that they actually do not have. And maybe a few men who break free, right? A small percentage of men who break out of the rat race and, you know, can live life on their terms and things like that. A small percentage of men who are truly happy, have access to women, money, success, you know what I mean, can choose however they, you know, want to live their life and whatever the case is. Maybe those men, you know what I mean, have a different outlook on life. Maybe those men, you know, have a supportive friend group, things like that, community that they can talk to about their real problems with genuine fucking care, concern. Because at the end of the day, we all human beings. At the end of the day, we all humans. Whether you want to believe that or not. That guy may one day end up becoming a villain. All right? And when I say villain, I hope it's a healthy form of it, right? You know what I mean? Like, some people will call me the villain, but it's very healthy. For example, I would never put my hands on a woman. I would never, physically assault a woman or anything like that. You know what I mean? Yeah, I might call a woman out of her name if she's acting like it. But for the most part, I'm going to be upfront with women for the most part, right? And I'm never going to put a woman in a position where she can't do what she wants to do. You get what I'm trying to say? And I'm never going to stand in her way. Like, for example, the main chick, she calling herself, she wants to leave, right? Because the chick from Dallas, the crazy ass Dallas fucking white girl, fucking placed notes throughout all of my fucking carry-on bags because she knows that I have a main chick. So she's fucking crazy. Like, you get what I'm trying to say? So she put love letters in all my, one of them I already found. I found it in my in my backpack. So I read it, threw that little shit away. The other one in my suitcase I didn't find. So then when my main chick goes to clean out my suitcase, she reads this letter. Now she wants to pack up and move and stuff like that and leave. And I'm not going to get in her way, right? I'm not one of those guys that's controlling, that's going to make a girl stay. Yeah, I'll say stuff like you can't leave, whatever the case is. But at the end of the day, she knows if she really wanted to fucking leave, she could fucking leave. And she knows at the end of the day, whether she leaves or not, my life ain't really going to change, right? Yes, I would love to raise my kid and things like that. But guess what? My kid, when she's old enough, she can always come back and find me or whatever the case is. And she most likely will. Because at the end of the day, her dad is going to give her real, raw, unfiltered information. And she probably going to have a more enjoyable life around her father, more so than her mother. Now, will her mother actually leave? Who the fuck knows, right? Women always go through these fucking episodes, these emotional ups and downs and whatever the case is. I really don't give a fuck. And I'm not the one to be fighting and chasing after a bitch or whatever the case is. I'm the least controlling guy there is. Because I want to let you know who I am. And that's what I told her. I said, bro, why are you acting like you don't know who I am? Okay, you found a letter. What does that change? You know what I mean? The bitch planted a letter. Okay, you gonna let her win? You gonna fucking leave? You gonna fucking move out? What the fuck does that fucking change? I don't get it. You know what I mean? So, it is what it is. If she leave, hey, it is what it is. She gonna try to come back. But I don't think this time I'm gonna let her back. If she leave this time, I'm done with her. You know what I mean? Leaving me, you know what I mean? That's like the ultimate sign of disrespect, because that means that you're not reliable. That means that you can't stick through when times get rough, when times get tough. You know what I mean? If she was really, really, really solid like that, she would have never left in the first place on some real stuff. You feel me? Like, I've seen countless situations. Michael Irving was in the courtroom while the girls was naming all of the sexual acts that he did with other women, prostitutes, girls he met at clubs, things like that. the first thing she told her husband is, I'm not going anywhere. You get what I'm trying to say? So, if she wants to leave, make her life fucking more miserable than what it is. And this is the thing about women. Women, they don't think logically. There are several women who have left their man and they lived in poverty afterwards. There was this lady that my barber was telling me about. The guy's rich or whatever the case is, and she decided to leave her man because of, I guess, infidelity or whatever the case is, not knowing that this is what men are going to do, right? Men are going to have other women, especially men of means, right? Women, they have no problem sharing men, right? They act like they don't, but they all go for a certain percentage of men. They all go for a certain type of guy. And that guy is so hard to find. So women don't think logically, but anybody who thinks logically is, if this guy built himself up to this level, do you not think other women are coming after this guy? If you want a guy that doesn't cheat, you're pretty much going to have to find a guy that can't. You know what I mean? This is where the logic comes in. This is where most of these women need fathers, strong father figures who actually talk life into them. Think about this. You want a rare guy. You want a rare guy that other girls want. Guys with options, 9 times out of 10, exercise their options. It is a very, very, very small percentage of guy who has a bunch of options and does not exercise those options. There are guys that lie and act like they have options. Like on the outside looking in, they look like they have options, but they're not really good with women, so they really don't have any options, right? There are guys who lie about stuff like that. They be like, oh, I got a bunch of options. And you get to know the guy, and then you realize how he interacts with women, and you realize, oh no, he really doesn't have options. He's lying to himself. You know what I mean? He doesn't actually have options. He has initial interest from women, but he can't do nothing with it. So he really doesn't have any real options. You get what I'm trying to say? But there's a very, 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 very small percentage of men, and I haven't met one yet. So I'm just saying because I just know it's possible, but I just haven't met one of these guys who actually have options. They know what to do with women. They know how to make things happen with women, and they choose to give all of that up for one girl. There's a very small percentage of guys who do that. Now, the only guy that I know who did it, right, is the Jewish lover boy. But here's the story. The Jewish lover boy, even though he's aggressive, he's actually better now that he's listening to me. Even though he's super aggressive, he still had no issues getting women over a period of time. You get what I'm trying to say? He still had no problem hooking up with women. Now, he had trouble keeping women, but he still had no problem getting women, right? There was only one girl that he was faithful to. And he said this girl was his perfect type. She was blonde, blue eyes. He said he loved everything about her. He literally looked me in my eyes. He said, she is the only girl that I did not cheat on. He looked me in my eyes. He said that word for word. He said every other girl that was missing something, he cheated on all his girls. He said, but this particular girl, he did not cheat on. Now, let me tell you how this story played out. So he didn't have money. So what he did is he went on chatterbait with this girl. So it was just him and her. So they would hook up on camera. They would make money. They would do stuff. She would do solo scenes and she would do scenes with him. And they'll make a bunch of money, and then he would keep all the money, pay all the bills, everything like that. So basically she was working for him, but she was also his girlfriend that he never cheated on. He said he would never. He didn't even try to talk to other girls, whatever the case is. Now, guess what? The one that was cheating was actually her. So he was faithful. Think about this shit. He found his perfect girl. He was head over heels in love with her. He didn't cheat on her. He even did chatterbait with her. Like, they even did online fucking porn together. But she was cheating on him. So the first time he caught her cheating, and this is just the times he caught her. So she was cheating a lot, but these are the times he caught her. First time he caught her cheating, he went through her phone or some shit like that. And yeah, it was vivid that she actually had sex with this guy. So she apologizes, she cries, She says she will never do it again. He said she looked me in my eyes. She said it will never happen again. He takes her back. She gets caught cheating again. You get what I'm trying to say? And the cheating just kept going on until he couldn't take it no longer, and then he finally left her. So that is the only instance where I met where there was a guy who actually was good with women, could get women, could consistently get women, and he actually was monogamous to a girl. But the way the story ended, and this is God honest truth, if he was on camera, he would tell you the same thing. He found a girl that he didn't cheat on, that he loves head over heels, but she cheated on him several times. So I don't know if it's just the modern day world we live in. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's social media. I don't know. It's just people just having access to too many people. And then even when you find out, you know, stories about your parents and stuff like that, you find out that there was infidelity going on there. And what most men do, and I'm gonna be honest with you, what most men do, unlike myself, is most men just lie. You know what I mean? They string the girl along, they lie to her, they tell her the stuff that she wants to hear. That's just the route that they decide to take. Me, you know, with age, you know, I'm just not built like that. You know what I mean? Like, it just is what it is. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just not gonna go that route. But I understand the guys that do go that route, the guys who do lie, and the guys who just want to keep their family intact, and, you know, they just want to be. A lot of guys, to be honest, the ones that really don't want to get caught, they just pay for it. You know what I mean? Like, they'll just go to some strip club or buy a prostitute, fuck her on the side, and then, you know, the money is just, you don't got to worry about no text messages, no calls, no girls planting notes in your bag, none of this weird shit. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's how girls are, bro. Girls are fucking crazy like that. It is what it is. I'm exposing women to the majority of the guys. I'm giving you guys the real, raw, uncut truth. And it's up to you to do what you please to do with the information. You get what I'm trying to say? Me, regardless, I'm going to be fine. I'm a survivor. None of this stuff gets to me. None of this bothers me. I have a lot of belief, not only in myself, but I also have belief in God. So I just know I'm going to be all right no matter what. So there's a lot of that peace of mind comes from me taking care of myself, me taking care of my body. Obviously, God gave me one body for a lifetime, so obviously I got to take care of it to the best of my ability until the day I die. But then I also have faith in the Creator, in God. So that's where my peace of mind comes from. If the main decide to leave, hey, so be it. You get what I'm trying to say? I'm not here to lock people in a prison. I'm not, even though girls will misrepresent what I'm saying and call it controlling. That's because they just don't know nothing. Girls will misrepresent the stuff that I'm preaching, and they'll be like, oh, you're controlling. They just don't know no better. I'm the opposite of controlling. You feel me? I'm not gonna get in the way of you making a fucking decision. It is what it is. You know what I'm trying to say? So going back to this video, I really actually do feel for old boy. CLG would be, a perfect community for that guy, because I don't want him to use that negative energy and get too far gone. You get what I'm trying to say? CLG is a little bit of a middle ground. It's a little bit of understanding women, but we still teach very valuable lessons where we don't go too far. We don't beat women. We don't fucking manipulate women. We don't do none of this stuff. We don't do none of this dark stuff. We're very straightforward and matter of fact. You know what I mean? It's like, are you going to do it or not? Like, it's not a lot of trying to manipulate her and play games with her and do all of this stuff. The process that I teach is it's either you're on my team or bye, I'll find somebody else who is. You get what I'm trying to say? Now, if I was a nasty person, yes, I could teach some dark manipulative traits that could fuck women's heads up and shit like that. But no, I'm not. You know what I mean? Like, even this girl, the little Dallas chick, I could have really fucked her head up if I really wanted to. But I didn't. I'm just very matter of fact. You get what I'm trying to say? Now, if she decides to fuck up her own head, that's on her. But it ain't because of something I did. It's because all I did was I'm matter of fact. You feel me? I draw a line in the sand. I tell myself, these are my boundaries that I'm not willing to cross. Some of them, these are the things that are flexible. These are the things that are a hard no for me. and I stick to my fucking guns. There is nothing more masculine than that. So I try to teach guys how to get results in the purest form of masculinity. I don't want guys to go too dark. You feel me? I don't want guys to get on that side of the spectrum. I just want guys to go back to being masculine, which I don't even believe is dark, but society has tricked the masses to believe healthy, normal masculinity is actually dark when it's actually nature. It is nature. You feel me? You can even see it in the wild. The men, they have hard boundaries. You get what I'm trying to say? Look at the male lions. They have hard boundaries. The male lions sit around. A lot of people call the male lion lazy. The women lions, they go out and hunt for him. They bring him back food. They do all of this stuff. But guess what? When there's a threat to the tribe, who's there to kill that enemy? That lazy male lion that you say is lazy? When there's a serious threat to the tribe, let's say there's a hyena who's killing a bunch of cubs, or there's a group of hyenas that's picking on some of the females and they killing them. They catching them one off. They surrounding them. They killing them. And the male lion, the one that runs the tribe, finds this out. Well, they summon him. And he will come after the lead hyena and will murder him within seconds. So y'all sit around and y'all call that toxic masculinity. But when push comes to shove, that male lion is there to do that male lion's job. So if my main bitch does leave, she's going to find out life is going to be harder for her. It's going to be extremely difficult. It just is. There's no amount of money that can replace a man's presence. If she wants to be emotional and she wants to go that route, that's on her. But she's going to lose more than she gains because she can't control her emotions. Now, if she tries to come begging back, I probably won't accept her, but I will accept my child. Because once you have proven to me that you've actually made that step and you took that effort to leave over something petty, over a letter, over a fucking letter. And the letter didn't even say much. The letter said, you're such a great person. You're a great father. You're this, you're this. White girl talk. A bunch of fucking fluff. I didn't even know that. She put them letters in there just hopefully that my main bitch will find it. Who gives a fuck? I really don't give a fuck, to be honest. But if that is enough to make her leave, her life will be a living hell. Because a lot of women, see, when she wake up every day, the bills is automatically paid. You feel me? Everything is handled. Everything is taken care of. I make it look easy. I make it look easy. I make making money look easy. I make this look easy. You know what I mean? I'm always responsible. I'm always paying shit. I'm always making shit happen. I make it look easy and I don't complain to her about my job. You get what I'm trying to say? I make shit look easy. So what happens is a lot of women take men for granted. You feel me? They take men for granted. Then when they go on their own and they realize how hard it is, that's when the tears start coming. That's when they start realizing, God damn, this shit is very fucking difficult. But they got too much pride to turn back around. So they muscle through it. They go into debt. They fucking credit scores drop. They fucking can't even afford a car no more. They always crying. They always begging their sisters or their daddy or somebody for some money. Because women don't know how to live alone. They're not great at it. Most of them aren't. Some of them, yes, there are exceptions to the rule. But in general, compared to men, they just don't have, naturally, they don't have that gene to excel in that area. They just don't. So it is what it fucking is. You get what I'm trying to say? So that's just me, man. You know I'm gonna keep it real with you guys on YouTube. And then like I said, man, I'm gonna keep dropping these videos. I'll let you guys know how everything play out in the COG community, obviously. And for all my COG guys, man, thank y'all guys for rocking with me. I've been rocking with y'all. Y'all are like a brotherhood for me. You know what I mean? When we lose members, especially, top tier members, that shit, I feel that shit. You feel where I'm coming from? But at the end of the day, man, I'm still going to be pouring my all into that community. I'm still going to be pouring my all into each and every one of you guys, because my goal is for every guy to become elite. You feel me? Not just one, not just two, not just 3 to 4 of the guys. I want you all to become elite, and I want you all to understand that my door is open. DM me, set up the one-on-one call. It is free. For all you guys that's not in the CLG community, you get a 7-day free trial. The link is in the comments, pinned, and it's in the description. Jump in, 7 days free. Understand the community. Watch the courses. Watch the live Q&As. And just really just try to get elite sooner rather than later. And with that being said, man, I'm out. Peace.